Hi, and welcome to Take 5 from 12 Minute Tutor, our twice-a-month video journal offering a 5-minute answer to a key industry question. I'm Jay Minucci from Service Agility, and today's question is, who is accountable for service level? So it's a big question that's out there because almost all of us measure speed of answer in some way, whether we're doing service level or average speed of answer. And when you look at who's the possible contenders for accountability, you really come up with three. You've got the workforce management team, you've got the executives, and you've got the frontline leaders. So the question is, who among these three are the ones that are truly accountable for service level? And to answer that question, what I want to do is track the process. So let's take a look at this process. It's basically 6 steps that we all go through to at least attempt to make our service levels. And what I've done was I've color-coded those steps with who's responsible for each one. It all starts off with forecasting volume, and I think most of us would agree it's the workforce management team that's responsible for forecasting volume. After that, we forecast handle time. But here, I'm going to draw a distinction where volume is truly a forecast. To me, forecasting handle time is more of a prediction. I'm predicting the performance and the behavior of our agents and how that generates the performance data, the handle time. So actually forecasting it doesn't take a lot of work. It's taking some numbers and doing some averages. What really matters is, are those numbers that I'm using consistent? We've got to have consistent handle times, and it's the floor supervision that works with our agents to make sure it's consistent. So I give them more of the accountability of this step than I do the workforce management team. Third step, calculate staff on phone based on service level objective, Erlang C, maybe some adjustments for skills-based routing. That's all workforce management team. Step 4, applying that adherence rate. Same as handle time. Again, I'm not really forecasting adherence. I'm more predicting it. I'm predicting how our staff will perform. It's up to supervision to make sure that they perform consistently. So they get the majority of that responsibility. Fifth step is split up. Here's where we're scheduling staff on the phone. And in order to do that, there's really 3 sub-steps. The first of which is long-term modeling, generally done by the workforce management team, looking out 6, 12, 18 months, figuring out how many full-time equivalents do we need by month. And they hand that off to the executives, and it becomes the executives' responsibility to hire to that plan, to decide whether that model is correct, make adjustments, and then hire to it so that we have the right number of full-time equivalents month after month. And if we do that, then we're still not done. Got to hand it back to the workforce management team and say, hey, let's make sure we follow scheduling best practices and get the right number of people on the phone at every interval throughout that month. When we're done that, we really hand it off to floor supervision and we say, okay, let's adhere to the schedule. So, how do you figure out where the accountability sits? Well, look at the colors. I'm looking at it and saying, workforce management team, about 50% accountable, floor supervision, about 40%. That leaves 10% for the executives, but it's a key 10%. If we get that piece of it wrong, the other 90% really doesn't matter. So that's our split, 50, 40, 10, and that's my take on service level accountability. Feel free to get in on the discussion. Members of 12 Minute Tutor can log in and put their opinions and comments on our message boards. And if you're not yet a member, come on out and join us at 12minutetutor.com. Thanks.